Hello there.
And yes, dude. Yeah, guys, welcome back.
Us in the flesh, of course.
Yeah, to another. Dude, what do you want to call this one, Dante?
I think for this one, did you want to call it Nerdz 24? Or...
Yeah, Nerdz 24.
The tribe has spoken, so it's going to be called Nerdz 24.
Yep, Nerdz 24. So this is the 24th episode of Nerds of the Decade, our podcast. Yeah, we actually have some interesting stuff for you guys, right?
Yeah, this one's gonna be a fun one because I mean we've done some semi-serious, kooky, weird stuff, but yeah, this one's gonna be kind of fun.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should like this episode. So, dude, and if you guys haven't already noticed, there's kind of a theme to this one.
Yeah.
By the background noises and stuff you can hear.
Actually, dude, before we get into that, let's
do our intro.
Reintroduce ourselves to people who are just turning in for the very first time.
Yes. So, if you guys don't know who we are, you should by this point. It's been 24 episodes now, Dante?
It's been 24. It's been 24 episodes. Yes. 16 unboxings.
Yep.
And 4 extras.
Extras, yeah. So you should know who we are by now.
Yes, we have a grand total of 67 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, not 67 episodes, but movies.
So, my name is Aaron, or A. Goldman. Or as you call me,
AKA Mr. Available.
Yeah.
Mr. Junior Half.
Mr. Delicious, as you call me.
Yep.
And this over here is Mr.
Extra thick.
Yeah.
So,
or Dante J. Lewis, or Teddy Bear, or whatever you want to call him.
Or Chunky Willis, as I used to call him.
Yeah, Chunky Willis.
So, yes, and we are DNA. No, I'm not Venom. Not
No,
yet.
He was Venom last week. Yeah. He was Venom last week.
Yeah, I go in and out with the symbiote thing. Sometimes, sometimes I'm Venom.
It comes in, sometimes it comes out.
And then also, I turn into Goku every once in a while, so,
He does.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he's powered up just yet. But.
No, I haven't. I turned off my Super Saiyan.
He's turned off his Super Saiyan.
Yeah, my Super Saiyan abilities are turned off right now.
But yeah, dude. So since we're gonna be doing something a little more different,
I thought you were gonna say, "Let me ask you something."
Yeah.
Oh, you let me ask you something.
All right. So let me ask you this.
Yeah. What's up?
All right. So
you are not gonna curse this podcast to the life of salad dressing, are you?
Yes, I shall not curse this podcast to the life of salad dressing.
So anyway, no, go ahead. Ask me what. Wait. Are you gonna ask me something about the topic, or because you didn't even tell? Did you tell everybody what the topic is, dude? Make sure you tell everybody what the topic is.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I lost my line for a second. So yeah, guys, this particular topic, we are going to be talking about the visual beauty of anime openings.
Yeah. So, dude, anyway, back to, yeah, go ahead. What were you going to ask me, though? So, yes, that's what we're going to be talking about, anime openings, the visual beauty of anime openings. We might even go into stuff about some of the music and the stuff about the openings, like what it takes to actually create some of the stuff. But
and also the visual aspects such as the art style, the feeling, the
dude, that on Instagram they do. I think it's Crunchyroll who does it behind the scenes for how they do the anime openings and the animation to some of the greatest anime ever made.
That's true, definitely.
So yeah.
And then you can also chalk it up to some of the some of the aspects and like the creative direction that some of the Japanese artists go.
That's true. I mean, like, a lot of people might recognize this.
Yeah.
We'll play it in the background, but a lot of people might recognize this, right? That's a pretty famous.
Anybody that's been around for the last 30 years should definitely remember this.
Yeah, this is a pretty famous intro.
Oh yeah.
From the 90s, and so there's a lot of stuff
from a pretty famous crew.
Yeah, and even the Cartoon Network intro for Dragon Ball Z was a pretty famous thing. It took probably a lot of time and effort to do.
Actually, dude, since you got me feeling powered up.
You want Super Saiyan?
Exactly.
And this is to go even further beyond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, since we are doing it, you want to do it with me?
What?
Come on, dude. All right. Come on, dude.
Well,
you
here, if you're
going
to do that, wait a minute. If you're going to do that, here, okay.
Come on, dude. We got to.
Okay, so
if
ready?
We're going to go that route.
Ready? Okay, so you want to do the Kamehameha? Okay,
come on,
ready?
You got to do it with me.
So here, when we do this, I'm going to turn this up a little bit.
All right.
Ready? 3. So first.
Power up?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's so much fun. That never gets old, honestly.
Of course, dude.
So yeah, guys, actually, that was pretty much an example of what some of the anime openings can do, especially this particular one.
It just happened.
Like anybody that's seen Dragon Ball Z and already anybody that's watched it religiously, you already know what the opening brings you. It brings you that action, that high speed fighting,
and also in some cases that
and
rap.
also rapping that GT can bring to you. GT.
You know, dude, for GT, the music, the actual music was actually not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
But yeah. So anyway, so that's our topic today. That's what we're gonna be talking about is anime openings. Dude, is there anything else you want to? Before we go more into this, was there anything else you wanted to bring up, Dante?
Well, in terms of anime
openings.
Enemy.
It sounds like
I'm an enemy.
It sounds like you have to have
is it? Okay, don't hurt yourself.
Sounds terrible, dude. Oh.
Yeah, anybody
you
know the reference?
are a sea creature. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I'm an enemy.
I'm
an enemy.
It's a gamma.
And we just farted on camera, ladies and gentlemen.
Not really.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, guys, we actually been kind of having fun with this particular one. So, yeah, in terms of anime opens, I could probably say this. Dude, in fact, let me ask you something.
Oh, gosh.
Here it is.
Will you let me ask you something?
Oh, gosh. What is it, dude? What?
What was your first anime opening that you ever watched?
First anime opening? Okay. If you're going to ask me that, I would have to say, and let me go online real quick, because, let me just find it real quick. Because probably my very first one, the very first, and actually this does qualify as anime.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Oh man, I definitely remember this one.
Power Rangers. Let's see. It's so this is the very first one, whereas
you could also type in the word opening too.
Yeah. Let's see. We want to do Mighty Morphin because that was the very first. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Mighty
Morphin Power Rangers. It's more phenomenal.
Yeah, which Johnny and Bosch played in, which is probably the very first opening, anime opening. I think here we go. Which I think is the very first anime opening I ever, serious anime opening I ever did. Because Digimon, I also remember I watched Digimon in the beginning. And
of course this one was also based on like Super Sentai.
You guys probably remember this one, don't you?
Oh yeah,
everybody
like the very first one.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's morphin' time. Anyway, yeah.
It's morphin' time.
People on Instagram do this a lot too with the remember, dude, because there's a whole. I think there is a whole special feature, or it's a what is it? It's an effect on Instagram, camera effect.
Yeah.
And so I believe
they actually have an effect where they put your head in one of the Power Ranger suits.
Yeah.
I think it's the original one. It's not Dino Force. It's the original one.
Yeah. Oh, this actually has words. I meant to do just the theme.
Well, it probably may not be it probably may be the one with lyrics, but nevertheless, it's still the same one.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah, right. everybody should remember that one. If you're a '90s kid, you'll remember it. So yeah.
Oh, dude, actually, it's funny that you brought this up because there's actually one. Oh man, I
bring up, dude.
One.
Pull up.
Actually, let me see if I can type it up real quick.
Yeah.
I got some really fast fingers.
Oh jeez, yeah, your fingers are faster than mine. 'Cause I'm a horrible typer. That's something you guys might not know about me. I'm a terrible typer.
Yeah, that's actually something that we forgot to let you guys know in like the last episode. Yeah. You need some typing there.
So, dude, my first was Power Rangers, but what was yours? Because since you asked me what mine was, what was your very first one?
Before I started watching Pokemon, even before I started watching the original Tenchi, this was actually my first anime.
Now, did you watch Digimon as early as I did? The OG,
I did,
the 90s
I did actually.
Series,
I actually watched Digimon a couple years after Pokemon.
Yeah.
But this particular one, I actually watched this one way before.
Oh, good. The Samurai Pizza Cats? I remember this.
I definitely remember this one. I remember this one.
Will somebody please do that voice?
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
If you're a real anime fan, not even that, but
well, if you're a '90s kid,
if you're a '90s kid, oh my god, you will definitely remember this one.
Yeah. So yeah. Then also, dude, there's also Captain Planet. Captain Planet.
Yeah.
As Adult Swim would do. Remember that, dude?
Oh yeah.
Captain Planet. It was terrible. They just go around kicking people in the balls. Captain Planet.
Yeah. Wasn't that one on Robot Chicken?
Yes, it was. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Robot Chicken does a really funny. Yeah, they make fun of Captain Planet. It was really funny.
Oh,
and there's this weird dude doing this weird voice. He's like, it's a voice actor doing this voice, and he's like, Captain Planet!
And they just kicks people in the balls.
Yeah, he just goes around and kicks people in the nuts. He's like, Captain Planet! He's like, save your planet! It's terrible.
But now that I think about it, we might as well play it while we're here.
Anyway.
Captain Planet!
Yeah, that was old. I remember that too.
Oh, yeah. When your powers combine, I am Captain Planet!
Yeah, there's also He-Man. I have the power!
Oh,
I remember that one, dude. And even Astro Boy. Remember Astro Boy?
Yep, I definitely remember.
So, yeah. But yeah, dude, all these openings. So, dude, you forgot one of my favorites, dude.
Which one?
For in terms of openings, and since we're talking about anime openings, this is one of the, well, you know, because I played this for you.
So, guys, we're actually just playing the themes of the opening, so we're not necessarily licensed to show the whole thing on YouTube.
Yes, we can't show any clips or anything like that.
So, just a little FYI.
We can play a little bit of the openings, but we don't actually have license to anything.
Yes.
So, if you're a company out there and you're like, hey, these guys are infringing copyright, no.
Because nothing is showing up on the screen.
We don't claim any rights to anything, and
no, we don't. We're just two guys reminiscing on the past.
Yes, correct.
Like most 90s kids.
This one.
Yep.
Which never got released, actually.
I'm surprised. People forget about this one.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a classic. This is more of getting into the realm of cartoony, but to me, this kind of felt like an anime because of the way the show was done. You know, it kind of had it was influenced by anime, probably.
Well, it was actually influenced by the original movie, Men in Black.
And the funny thing is that Rick and Morty, I think, took some stuff from this because you notice how the aliens dance in the theme song. Rick and Morty, the Rick dance is very similar to what they do in.
Yes, it is actually.
It's so funny.
Yeah, there's a pose in there where.
This right here, this scene.
He's doing it right now.
And then he does the thing with his hand, and it's like,
Yep, and then he just does it.
Yeah. Right
there, it is.
There, yeah.
He just poses for some strange reason. But yeah, dude, I definitely remember this.
So that was like one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite openings, but in terms of one of my favorite openings for anime inspired stuff. But if you're talking about anime directly, like if you're talking about just strictly anime, one of my favorite strict anime openings was back in the 90s.
Oh yes. And you can just
let's see if we can find it. And it's the very first season.
The very first one.
Here it is. This is one of my favorite openings just because it takes me back. It brings back memories.
So anybody that used to watch Fox Kids, you guys know this one.
Look here.
Like way back. I definitely remember this one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Digital monsters, Digimon cartoon champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon.
So yeah, that was like one of my first openings. It was also one of the pretty cool ones because the animation to it was really well done. Just the way they do the anime and just the
it shows all the different fight scenes and
some of the characters and it was really cool. And also the theme song would get stuck in my head all the time.
It does. He even ends up singing even when we're not recording.
Oh yeah, sometimes Well, dude, okay, so if you're talking, we're gonna go into other openings. Do the OG Pokemon because that's the one that people sing at conventions all the dang time. Do it, go! You got it! Come on, dude.
Okay. We might as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna talk, you can't talk about famous anime openings without mentioning the original. There you go, Pokemon.
Boy. All right, guys.
I wanna be the very best.
I figured we were gonna do this eventually, so here it is. Get it out now, cause let's go.
Turn on your singing voice.
I wanna be the very best.
Oh gosh.
That no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To change them is my cause. I will travel across the night, searching far and wide.
Oh gosh.
Each Pokemon will understand. I don't really know the words to the song.
Anyway.
Yeah. So guys, you already know. Go ahead and get it out.
So, dude, okay, and this probably also doesn't really. Well, actually, I kind of qualify this one as, if you're talking about openings, right? I don't qualify this one as anime, but I qualify as it still is a famous opening theme.
Well,
right?
it was done by Puffyami.
Yeah. Which technically, but technically doesn't qualify as anime, but still one of the favorite OP themes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Trouble,
you know who to call.
Yep. Teen Titans.
When there's evil on the attack. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
So
all
there's also
the
that
three
one.
people, all the 03 people know that.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Also, okay, one other one that I want to mention too. That's not technically okay. Depends on. This is more anime inspired,
Right.
And we kind of got off a little.
I know we kind of got
off the track here a little bit.
Basically, we were just reminiscing of our childhood.
But yeah.
And there's no real crime in that because you guys do it too.
Yeah.
We know some of y'all do it too.
So there's one more I want to do here is I think it's spelled opening. It's from the 90s, right?
You can go to the
2000s.
03.
2003. Yeah.
This one.
The one more one I just want to give this is just one that a lot of people know and that probably people like this opening, but
they do.
I'm gonna just play a little bit of it.
You guys might know this one.
Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
2, 3, 4 turtles in action. Underground. Jiu-jitsu action. This is shit over time. One code of the martial arts. 2 never fight unless someone else starts. Stick together no matter what. It's time to kick butt.
Yeah.
Anyway, so everybody knows that one.
Yeah, of course we do.
Anyway, back to our topic, Dante. So my two first openings that were actually anime openings, not anime inspired, were actually Digimon and Power Rangers.
Right.
Mighty Morphin.
Right.
But after that, though, after those two.
What was the next one like in the
other opening in the 2000s that I actually was exposed to was actually, let me see if I even have, you probably remember it. Everyone probably remembers this one. It's probably not one of the fan favorites.
You know the name of the title? Because we can just type it up.
No, I actually do have it. It's probably not one of the fan favorites because not many people liked it back in the day, but it was this one.
Yep. I'm pretty sure people know this one.
Yeah.
This was actually right around the time I got into Naruto.
So the reason I got introduced to that one was because at the time period I was in art class and our art teacher had brought in a Naruto book. But before that, actually, I actually was exposed to a couple other openings. So you guys probably know this one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this one.
How to blow this scene.
Everyone should know this one.
Stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. Yeah. So there's that one, and then I also was exposed to this as well early on.
Oh yes. I actually vaguely remember watching this one on Toonami.
Yeah, so there's that one too, Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
And then there's also a couple other ones too back in the day because like Full Metal Alchemist, which I watched with my sister back when Adult Swim first aired that, and a bunch of also here you go. You can't not mention this one, okay?
Yeah, I remember watching this one.
of light, malicious forces of the dark. This song was funny too. No, I don't think anyone ever heard the whole song.
The whole original.
The whole original song was absolutely hilarious. It was just funny. It was goofy, but it was funny. A new rave master.
Welcome to the
tale of a land conquered by evil. Fighting to their bones. When the gang set out to find the answer, but together we must beat the shadow stones.
I don't know the words.
I know a little bit of them. The master is seeking out the stones with a carry nose dog. 3 years at once, on mission filled with danger. So yeah, there's also that one back in the 90s.
Definitely.
Dude, there was a ton of other ones that I was exposed to too. So what about you, dude? What was your next? Back in the 2000s? Did you?
Back in the 2000s.
Did you? Because there's Sailor Moon, right?
Yeah,
they aired Sailor Moon, and then what else did they air? I'm trying to think of what other.
Well, they aired.
There was Zoids.
Zoids.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah. And Black Cat, because Black Cat was around back in the 90s.
That one I actually didn't watch just yet.
You didn't watch Black Cat? That they played it. I remember watching it at one point, but I can't remember it. It might have been on the Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
Yeah,
back in the day, because I know they aired it.
There's some stuff I watched on the Sci-Fi Channel. I think the first opening that I saw on the Sci-Fi Channel was Gurren Lagann.
There was that. Yeah,
and then there was another show called Tactics.
Yeah, so it was also like Metabots, Zoids. And there's like a ton of other ones that they played where Sailor Moon. I remember that one.
Of course.
I remember they used to play Sailor Moon a lot on Toonami.
And then there was this other show. I forgot the name of it. I think it was called Toko, I believe. It was it was a very interesting show to say the least. I mean the opening was kind of it was pretty.
And then dude, how about this? Okay, dude. Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Oh, you let me.
Yeah.
As far as animation, dude, did you ever think about how much work goes in? Like, probably not at the time when you watched them. You probably didn't think about it. But have you ever seen any of the breakdowns that? So Crunchyroll does this a lot on Instagram.
Right.
They break down and they show you the animation process and what it takes to make those openings and stuff. Have you ever? Did you ever think about that?
It's much longer. It's much longer than a 12-step process.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Actually, from what I've heard, they kind of break it down to that. There's like the beginning. There's like the beginning level before it has to go through like.
Well, did you see like I don't know if you've seen it, but if you look at some of like the real basic drawings that they do before they actually animate everything, it's all like just simple line stuff. It just looks like scribble scrabble kind of. It doesn't really look like too much.
It's like line drawing. They get a concept, they get the shapes, and once they get the shapes, then they have to get like a storyboard together.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool because
actually what they do is they get the concept art.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's cool because it just looks like basic lines, and at first you're like, how does that end up into something amazingly
like how does this turn into that?
Exactly. But it's incredible when you see the level of detail and how when they go back and they clean everything up and they add in, like, it is crazy.
They actually they used to do it hand drawn.
So dude, that's the way Hayao Miyazaki used to do things. It was all hand drawn. He still does like doing hand drawn stuff.
Still does. There's a few artists that still do the hand-drawn style, but I think a lot of the newer artists now do it via tablet because it's still hand-drawn, but like the shading, the gradients, the colors, basically kind of make it like visually pop and everything.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the animation aspect where you got your cameras and panning scenes, and then the music corresponding to whatever mood that you're trying to portray at the time for the show itself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, music is a big part of that.
The music and the video definitely do go hand in hand. So,
you know what was kind of cool, and this wasn't until later, but this was until I think, dude. When did it? Do you know when it started? When did Funimation Channel? When did Funimation Channel first start started on cable. Do you remember, Dante? I don't
Let
remember
me
when
see.
it first came about.
Like when they first did the channel. I'm thinking 2005, 2006. It probably might even be sooner than that.
Yeah, I don't remember when
that was the year that I started watching it.
Because that also I didn't really watch till like much later, till probably till almost when it got taken off. But that was like kind of one of the time periods where openings really hit you, because there are a lot of good ones coming out during the 2000s, but also later on. More recently, there have been a lot of good ones too.
Yeah, like the mid 2000s, late 2000s.
Yeah, and then even now, dude, there's a couple of good openings and endings.
Right, there are.
So Dimension W is another show that I want to mention that has a pretty cool. That one almost reminds me of.
Like Tesla?
No, it reminds me of Vocaloid kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, because it takes a lot of the way the characters dance and that kind of stuff takes a lot from the Vocaloid stuff. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of that. But yeah, well, so dude, anyway, read the article, Dante, because you have stuff written up here.
I can read a little bit of it. So I will probably like just like you mentioned with Dimension W. When I first saw it, it kind of gave me like that futuristic sci-fi and a little splash of cyberpunk and a little bit of hip hop, like when it first happened. So let's see. I could probably play it. Yeah. So it should be right up here.
Well, don't play a lot of it because remember copyright.
Yeah,
I
won't do too much of it.
We don't want to get a copyright strike. 60 giant towers. Just like that.
60 giant towers.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then there's a little drum and bass too.
It's a Dimension W. Anyway.
But yeah, basically when I first heard it, it kind of gave me that futuristic feeling. But actually in terms of anime openings in general, it also depends on the series itself. Like if it's like a Ichi harem type show.
You mean like High School DxD?
Yeah, High School DxD. You'll kind of get that fantasy feeling, but at the same time, it can either be a little bouncy.
Well, so here's a good example. Okay, what about you said Ichi and harem titles, right? Okay, so how about a show like this? Here's Cat Planet Cuties.
Cat Planet Cuties has like a bit of a fun vibe.
It does. It's like that happy-go-lucky kind of bouncy kind of vibe. Rom-com, yeah.
Most rom-com anime will actually give you
but then also Cat Planet also does parody, which is kind of interesting because they parody a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah. Apparently they're big Star Trek
which
fans.
is funky. So here we go. Let's see.
Space, the final frontier.
These are the voyages of the Starship Cadia. It's terrible.
To explore strange new worlds. To seek out new life and new civilizations.
So anyway.
To boldly go where no sexy alien Catwoman from a planet full of sexy alien Catwoman has gone before.
I don't want to know.
Apparently this one doesn't want to know.
So yeah, they also do parody. So stuff like that where you have unique openings. And it's funny you mentioned that though, dude, because whenever I play Dimension W, I always play the intro sequence to the show.
Right.
Where they're talking about the towers and how Dimension W works.
New Tesla energy.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why I always
Since when did Elon Musk start making anime?
Well, so it's funny because it kind of does remind you of Elon, doesn't it?
Like when I first heard the word Tesla, I'm like, oh snap, he makes anime now?
You know what else I wanted to kind of touch on, dude, is can you imagine how expensive it must be to do the animation process for so especially for that show, for Dimension W, with how crazy the graphics are and then the dance moves plus all the detail, the level of detail that went into Dimension W is crazy.
Not to mention the killer amount of hours in planning.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole storyboard that
Yeah, I mean, dude, the opening alone for the very first episode when they explain New Tesla. So let's see if we can pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Skip ahead. Here we go.
I think it's like right there.
Here we go. So like this whole opening sequence, right, must have been pretty expensive to do.
In the year 2036, a fourth dimensional axis.
Fourth dimensional axis.
Dimension W. Interdimensional electromagnetic induction devices known as coils were developed to tap the inexhaustible energy supply that exists in Dimension W. 60 giant towers spread across the globe are used to stabilize the energy drawn from Dimension W. They are responsible for supplying power to the entire world.
New Tesla
A network
energy.
developed by New Tesla Energy with the cooperation of the global community is known as the World System. It has altered the very core of civilized society.
I mean, dude, can you imagine just that opening sequence, right? To do the animation for that must have been crazy expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the art and the quality into that.
True.
And like, dude, it must have been ridiculous.
And you can definitely see like some of the line art still being, with the
Used,
shading,
yeah.
with the shading and the effects.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, like, openings are anime openings and anime in general is not cheap.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, actually, it's funny that you bring that up.
Yeah.
Because like right here, if I were to give an example right now, the best opening that people are like familiar with, because with anime openings, when they hear them, they
It's pretty iconic.
It's iconic, especially this particular one. Everyone knows this particular one.
Dude, I have that one.
Yeah, everyone knows this.
I have that on
particular one.
Spotify, actually. That's one of the songs on Spotify.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you hear it,
Yeah.
everybody just goes crazy. We were at Honeycomb one year, and the actual artist showed up.
Oh yeah, Team Revolution. We met Team Revolution.
Yeah, we have, guys. Let's start dancing.
Sorry, I know the words. It's terrible.
Yeah, you know the lyrics to this song.
I listen to it way too much.
Yes, you do.
Anyway, don't put too much of it, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, that's just basically one. That's basically one.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna read it like this. When it comes to anime openings, it makes fans feel a special type of way. Most of the time, they sing along to the song or even just do a crazy dance.
That's me.
Because the rush of endorphins just hits you.
Hey, dude, do you do crazy dances to anime songs?
Yeah, I do.
You do. Yeah, you
do.
So yeah, dude,
Yeah,
the music, as we said before, is the emotional piece of the opening, which lets the viewer know what the mood and the feeling of the show will be about. When the opening sequence introduces you to the cast of characters that interact with one another and give you a glimpse of what the story of the series will be about, depending on your genre. So as we mentioned before, fantasy harem titles like High School XD will have music and visuals that will make you feel a sense of action, excitement, danger, and boobies.
Yeah.
And high school rom-coms and slice of lives will give you that silly, zany, entertaining mood with its music and openings. While psychological thrillers and horror anime, kind of like Monster.
Monster.
Yeah, Monster, the Monster anime. And,
Yeah,
yep. Monster, When They Cry, and Hellsing Ultimate.
Yeah, they all give you that
Exactly.
feeling. Anyway, or that whole
Finish him.
vibe.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we love anime openings because they make us feel a sense of excitement and joy when watching.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah,
Go back.
excitement and
You
joy?
said no. When you said we love anime openings, go back.
Do you love anime openings?
No. You said we love anime openings. Like,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we do.
Because why?
Because of the sense of
Because they're
Yeah.
extra thick.
Exactly. Extra thick with excitement.
Sorry, I had to kind of stick it in there. It was a good time for a joke.
I know, right? But yeah, guys, basically, if you have any of your favorite anime openings, just let us know. Drop them in the comments below.
Yeah, just make sure you don't get sued for copyright.
Exactly.
Toei Animation, if you watch this, you better not sue us.
Yeah, which is why we only play bits and pieces of the audio.
Yes, and
not
also
put
why we
the-
didn't put visuals up as well.
Right,
Yeah.
definitely. But, dude, before we go, did you have any final thoughts?
Well, I mean, okay, dude, there are a couple anime openings that, how can I put it? They're a little controversial because they differ depending on whether you watch the Japanese or the dubbed version. How do you feel about that?
So, in terms
'Cause a lot of people, you know, a lot of
because
people-
So, in terms of certain anime openings, because I know certain anime openings do have the English dubbed version of them.
Yes. And a
Shuffle-
lot of people either don't like the English dub version or they just think the Japanese one sounds better. What do you think about that? What's your opinion on that
for
one?
this one, I
And it depends on where you are in the world because a lot of openings are different.
It really, and this kind of This one kind of ties into an age-old debate.
Yeah.
Well,
I was kind of leading into something else, but that's in a different episode. But just the opening part of it.
Yeah, but I think for just the opening part,
yeah,
I think in terms of the Japanese and in the way that English singers may portray certain openings, it might feel slightly different because I think in terms of range and feeling and emotion, we try to match the Japanese. Yeah, but sometimes it's kind of like a crapshoot. Sometimes we win, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, sometimes you get close, and other times it's more like this. It's just
That's just the best way you can put it.
Yeah.
But not every single
people are probably thinking
that's just precious. But I mean, it really depends. It really depends on what you think or where you stand on the issue. But me personally, if you want to try it, that's cool. Yeah. And if you want to try and match it, that's cool too. Yeah. But keep in mind, it probably may not come across the way that you might think it might come across. But that's only if you want to try it or not. Yeah. But I guess that's kind of the reason why so many people are so familiar with the Japanese version, because they know the words of the song so much so.
Probably, or you just listen to it too much like me, and then you just memorize the Japanese lyrics.
Yeah, that's Oh, by the way, ladies.
I smell cookies!
I always smell cookies. Yeah, I'm always hungry.
He's hungry, ladies and gentlemen.
I said it. I'm always hungry. Hey, dude, speaking of hunger, what is it? You probably know this, don't you, Dante?
Yeah, which one? Don't get me started. Oh, jeez. The right back at you opening.
So, dude, how do you want to end this, Dante? What note do you want to end on? Because we've talked about animation and the openings and kind of covered some of the stuff.
And then the aspect beauty of them.
Some of the favorite ones. Right. One thing I want to make clear though is that not every opening that we played is considered anime. Some of it is anime inspired. So just be careful. You might have your favorite openings. Now I know that Power Rangers was an anime in Japan. So
it was a Super Sentai.
Yeah, Super Sentai. Yeah, so it was classified as anime in Japan. There's a Japanese version of the Power Rangers.
There is.
Which I did not know when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So that does count. But Men in Black and some of the ones were not.
They were made here, and they're
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not an anime. It was made here. It's anime inspired. So just to clarify that some of the ones that we played are not considered anime. Most of the actual titles and most stuff that we're talking about is just anime.
Right.
We got a little off.
That's only because we were reminiscing in our past.
Yes.
But guys, as we mentioned before, if you like our content, what we do,
smash that subscribe button. Exactly. Go Super Saiyan on the subscribe button. If you don't, you will curse us.
You will curse us to the life of a small bean that has never been eaten in Saturday morning Christmas dinner.
Well, actually, I was going to say, you will curse us to the life of sensu beans that have been pooped out by Corin.
That meme is up there somewhere. You have cursed my life to the life of salad dressing.
Of sensu beans. Pooped out beans. Yeah. So smash and like the subscribe button. Let us know what you think. And let us know what your favorite opening was. Or what's your very first anime opening
Drop it in the comments.
Yeah. And with that, dude, let's...
that's pretty much...
Yeah, let's get an extra life, first of all.
That's true.
And then, you know what, dude? I think we're going to do our... Go back here.
He's looking for it.
Right here. We're going to end this.
Has been granted.
Farewell.
Next time.
Yep. Stay out of trouble.